Доброго времени суток, дорогие зрители моего канала. Меня зовут Веритас, и мы продолжаем проходить Enderal. Джаспар, здорово.
Hey there. It's good to see you. So, shall we do this? The Grandmaster said by tonight Shah-Rim should have deciphered the old maps.
А я не могу с Калией пойти? Видимо, нет.
Good. I don't mind too much, actually. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Ну, тогда приступим.
All right, then. Let's wait until nightfall. Go on ahead. I'll follow.
Это, по-моему, еще не совсем конец игры, там еще несколько квестов будет.
Good news. We were able to decipher the Starling's maps, and we now know where to find the City of a Thousand Floods. Sharon was just about to explain. Sharon?
Yes. I suppose you already know that Vin hasn't always been like it is now. In the time of the Pyreans, it was one big continent, which they called Pangora. Only the Starfall, in the era of Azateron's madness, split it apart. In other words, the Pyreans dominated the entire world as it was back then. It was a world empire. However, until recently, we always thought that the Empire's capital, the City of a Thousand Floods, was situated somewhere near where Kira is today. We were wrong about that. It was here, in Enderal.
Here.
Here, beneath our feet, to be precise.
Under Ark?
Yes. We don't know whether it was a coincidence that Malfa's vassals set the foundation of Ark here, out of all the places they could have. But they did. The heart of the Pyrean Empire was here, right where we stand. Only it's buried now. Hardly.
Sadly, the Order never cared much for archaeology. We considered it a useless endeavor. And even if there had been private undertakings, the dangers such an expedition posed, let alone its costs, would have scared off most investors.
But still, you're right. If the Order would have bothered, we could have saved ourselves a lot of trouble. However, it doesn't matter now. What matters is we now know where the last cleansing took place, and that it's somewhere we can reach. True, but there might be another way. Do you know the myth of the Black Guardian? The Endralians believe that there is some kind of demon deep down below the surface, and that you can even hear him scream if you just listen carefully. Rubbish, of course, but I think that these screams are the sound of wind. And if there's wind...
There are tunnels. So you're saying that the Undercity's cavern reaches that deep? Into the City of Floods?
into what is left of it. All we need to do is find an entrance point that can lead us down.
Then we leave without further delay. There's no point in leading an army down there, so the four of us will go alone. Prophet, speak to the Archmagister and tell him to give you the word of the dead and the container for the Numinas. We will need both. He's at the beacon.
Shouldn't we at least think this through before we go?
Ready your equipment. We'll meet at the gate to the Undercity.
Ну, погнали. Я, конечно, блин, провафлил тот момент, где нужно было выбирать между Калией и Джаспаром.
Oh, aren't you... never mind. How can I help you? He was. But he went to get something. Why don't you wait until he comes back? I have to admit that it's a great honor to finally meet you in person. You know, when all this started, when the Grand Master exalted you, I thought it was a sin. granting an outland. But now...
Ой.
Phew. I think Malthus, or whoever sent you, that he did. We owe you a lot. Really. And you're modest, too. Say... may I ask you something? The beacon. Do you really think it'll work? I mean, I'm just a novice, but... if it can really banish the High Ones, how come the Pyreans couldn't save themselves? I just don't understand. You know, I lost someone not too long ago. It was the Naramis, under the command of that butcher Korik. My family has a small farm near the coast, and when the first of the Naramis ships landed, I immediately rode to them to get them into the city, into safety. I'm sorry. This isn't easy. Our farm. It's on a small cliff near the farmer's coast. Just a few miles from Ark. I already had a bad feeling when I set out. And then I saw the smoke. And then there was that smell. And... the smell of burnt meat. It was everywhere. I rode faster and faster, and then when I got to the house, I saw that it was on fire, and that someone had put up 3 crosses, and they were burning too. My mother, my father, and my sister, they were still alive, you know? And I just stood there, and there was nothing I could do. Do you understand? Nothing. And it doesn't matter how I try to look at it. It all amounts to one thing. I was too weak. I was too late, and I was too weak. That wouldn't have happened to you, would it? You would have done something. You would have saved them. Just as you'll save us. If I could just be more like you, then Your flesh. Yes, that's it.
Ох ты
All
ж,
I
блин.
need is a piece of your flesh. And nothing like that will ever happen again. Why? Is that so hard to understand? I don't want much. Just a small piece of it. But you just don't want to share. Isn't that it?
Твою мать.
You want it all for yourself. Because you're vain. And in all your damn vanity, you don't even see the futility of the whole thing. The beacon won't burn. It never will. Thousands have tried it before you. Thousands who are as arrogant as you are. And they all failed.
Ну давай.
How did they say? Just let yourself. Because the light will,
А, я сплю.
it will devour you until there's nothing left of you. Nothing but burnt flesh.
Nice and crisp. You're familiar with that, aren't you? Prophet.
Ух ты ж, блин.
By Malthus, we need to stop them.
Я не могу... В смысле я не могу? Ох ты ж, блинский.
By Malthus, we need to stop them.
еще один. О, здорово. Ты как раз вовремя, братан. А этого вообще ничего не напрягает. Ему норм. Он, кстати, враждебным считается, чародей. А, блин. Ауч. Надо вшатать чародею. По возможности. Он типа сейчас самый, скажем так, уязвимый чисто физически. Бро, спасай. Стоп, там еще есть? А, вот кто фаербол-то кастует. А, он подобрал посох. Твою мать! Блин, надо было слутать. Посох, пока возможность была. А, паралич. Точняк. Лежать. Давай-ка это мы возьмем. Ну давай. Капец, мана медленно восстанавливается. Это вроде не красное безумие, у них не красные глаза. Какого хрена? Это не сон.
By the name of the sun, they were possessed. How is that possible? I thought the sigil stone protects us. Oh, of course. Wait. Oh, the damage is within acceptable limits. Nothing we shouldn't be able to repair. But wait, what is that noise? By the righteous path. I think you should see this.
Что я должен увидеть? Ну, я вижу, там что-то горит, конечно, но что я должен увидеть?
What in blazes happened here? And what is that noise?
Да
The
ничего не
Neremese. They are in the city. Their entire army.
This is impossible. This is impossible! And this, what's the meaning of this bloodbath?
I don't know, Grandmaster. The High Ones somehow were able to possess the Keepers here. They tried to destroy the beacon and kill the Prodigy.
What? But the stone,
Grandmaster, you have to see this.
What? That the Neremese are in the city? I know that already.
No, we know how they did it. The true Chessa betrayed us.
Nonsense.
It's the truth. She and almost a third of the Keepers followed Bartar's example. Come, you should hear it for yourself. I ordered that the temple gates be closed right away and positioned archers on the battlements. At least for now, none of these Neremese bastards will enter the temple. There. She survived it. Open your eyes, traitor.
What? Hi, Grandmaster. I am so sorry. It shouldn't have happened like that. Oh, my Malthus. What have I done?
Tell us what happened.
Of course, Grandmaster. I will. The Trichessa. She contacted Korak and asked for...
Relax. She's bleeding to death, Grandmaster. We need to get her into the curarium.
We will, once we're done. Continue. The Trichessa arranged a meeting with Korak. What did she want from him?
a truce. She offered him the city if he would promise not to harm anyone. She had this stone, you know, the sigil stone that protects us keepers from the High Ones. Korak, he agreed. But once the gates were open, he
Killed everyone.
Yes, the Trichessa. He just... Even though she kept her end of the bargain. Then they swarmed into the city and... Oh, but Malphas, I am so sorry. I am so sorry.
Take her to the Curarium.
Yes, yes, of course, Grandmaster. Lirim, Yetta, bring me a stretcher.
Wait. You have to forgive me. I mean, we only wanted the best. You have to believe me. Please don't let me die as a pathless. Please.
I forgive you. Now go.
Yes. Yes, of course, Grandmaster.
Ну, звездец.
What are your orders, Grandmaster? We aren't many, but if we use cunning, we might be able to drive them back out of...
We will not. We are no more than 6 up here, and the Neremese are thousands. And both our black powder and our boiling oil are in the barracks.
Then it's over. We've lost.
What? No! Nothing is over! They can't be that far into the city yet. We only have to drive them out of the gates and then...
And how exactly are you planning to do that? By loading the cannons with sugar mint and shooting bowls of herbs at the Neremese? Great idea, really.
You sodding!
Quiet! Narajil and Sharim are right, Commander. Ark is lost. But our war against the High Ones isn't. The beacon still stands, and it will continue to do so as long as we hold the temple. We've lost the battle, yes, but not the war. All we need is the Numenars, and then the beacon will be lit.
And what then? I don't think Korak will withdraw once we've destroyed his vision of this ascent.
Correct, he won't. Which is why we will surrender.
What?
It is the only way. As I said to the Chichesa before, this war is about more than just us. If we choose to give up now, or if we choose to fight and die down there, Korek will destroy the beacon either way and let the cleansing happen. We will prevent that at all costs. Which is why we will find the Numenors, light the beacon, and then surrender.
And what? Help from mercy? Korak has more than once demonstrated what he means by mercy.
I am not hoping for mercy. We will die, but there is no alternative. Korek isn't man enough to participate in the battle himself. So even if we were to break out and fight, all we would do is kill his delusional soldiers. And their deaths would be as pointless as this entire war. Once the High Ones are vanquished, we've done our duty. That's it.
But no! We are warriors, and true warriors fight. You've said
True
that.
warriors ask questions. Like the question, when does a battle for ideals become nothing more than a battle for vanity? Those soldiers down there, Commander, they are nothing more than butchers. But we are more than that. But I will not stop you. As soon as the beacon is lit, you're free to flee. But for now, you will hold this place at all costs while we search for the Numenors. Archmagister, do you have the word of the dead?
I do, yes. How do you plan to get into the Undercity from here? The entire city is swarming with Korex's soldiers.
Leave that to me. Commander Aaron, gather the remaining keepers and arcanists. I will address them.
Ну что ж. Что там дальше по плану? Речь. Давай, дядь, толкни мне речь. Это все, кто остались? Капс, да. Ну, где-то еще Калия лежит, отдыхает.
You all know what has happened. We were betrayed by our own brothers and sisters. As we speak, people are dying, slaughtered by the Nerimes, who think we are their enemy. And I know what you are feeling right now. Anger. Anger aimed at those in our ranks who did this to us. But you're wrong. Despite their deed, they wanted to protect us, to fulfill their holy duty. And the same applies to Koarek and his soldiers. Yes, they are deluded. Yes, they have committed crimes past redemption, but they, too, only did what they thought was right. If there is someone to blame in all this, it's the High Ones, and no one else. They, brothers and sisters, they are the ones responsible. They have no mind, no compassion, no soul, and their only reason for existing is to destroy. They are cowards who act out of the shadows and play us against each other like puppets on strings. And right now, they think they have won. They think they can defeat us. But they will fail, because we are still here. We have the beacon, the only thing capable of stopping all this madness, and that is exactly what we're going to do. After that, you are free to go. Flee, fight, do whatever you think is best. I myself will surrender, because every drop of blood spilled after we have done our duty and destroyed the High Ones is useless. And even if the Nerimes kill me, my death will be a sign. A sign that people like Koarek will never understand. Hatred breeds hatred. This is what history has taught us, and this is what makes the High Ones strong. Stand by me when the time comes, or go. But until then, fight. Follow me. We will talk in the Emporium.
Ну, погнали. Я вот думаю, стоит ли мне сейчас сделать эту серию длиннее? Как часть финальной 2 или 3 серийки.
And there she goes. 4,000 years this city has stood. And now she is aflame. It is a tragedy. There is another way. I suppose you already know that the Order was never proud of the fact that something like the Undercity exists. And due to your dealings with the Relata, you also know that we, the Order, had an informal agreement with them. They rule the underground and we rule the surface. In reality, however, this is only half the truth. We never handed over the reins entirely. There is a Plan B in case things get out of control and the Undercity's inhabitants revolt, like they did once during the Blood Moon riots.
Probably. I will make it short. There's a set of tunnels throughout the King's Mountain on which this temple was built, and they lead all the way down into the Undercity. They were built to release poison gas into the entire cave system.
Down and back up again. Yes. The Nerimes do not know about these tunnels, and when they find out, it will be too late. We descend, we find the Numenors in the City of Floods, and we light the beacon. After that, you know what I will do. There is a way into the tunnels through the dungeons of this temple. Meet me and Sharim there once you're ready to depart. And bring the mercenary with you. Prepare yourself. We will meet in the dungeon.
У меня, блин, есть... Я не помню. Я вроде бы проходил это, но я не помню. У меня такое ощущение, что сейчас все передохнут. Тупо все. Ну вот, сами вспомните, сколько из основных персонажей, которые появлялись по ходу сюжета, у нас дожили. По сути, я, Калия с Джаспаром, этот, как его там, Арантеаль и Юслан и вот этот чел. Это, по сути, все. Все остальные мертвы.
Prophet, we will do what we can.
Hello, my
here, but
friend.
first,
So what did the
who
Grand
knows
Master
what
say?
the Naramis will come up with to get inside.
Poison gas. Now, if that isn't yet another example of the unimpeachable holiness of the Holy Order. But I guess a way down is better than none. There was one thing I wanted to ask you before we leave. If things work out the way the Grand Master thinks they will you give yourself to Korak as he said he would? I'm glad you see it that way. Anyway, I'll go catch up with Meister Cynical and our esteemed Grand Master. Couldn't ask for better company on a suicide mission like this. Just meet me at the dungeon once you're ready to set out.
Мы всегда можем сдохнуть прямо там, чтобы не принимать потом сложных решений. Стоп. Да, нет, все норм. Поднимаемся. Точнее, спускаемся. Да, технически мы спускаемся. Ух ты ж, блин. А, ну да, точнее. Вот теперь меня сюда пустили.
There's one thing the Holy Order has always been, it's creative. My respect for that are revealed.
They're here. One moment.
Interesting lock.
It's a sigil, and it can only be opened by one bearing the Grandmaster's sword. Follow me.
Ох ты ж, блин. Мужики, давайте. Блин, у Алора есть, есть ХП. Это, как известно, как все... Это всегда говно. Это значит, что мне опять все придется делать за них. О, хорош. Юс он жжет.
In case you were wondering, those three water tanks up there contain the Starling machinery which releases the poison gas. As long as we do not open them, we can pass safely through the tunnels.
So, this tunnel system.
Мужики, вы чё? Вы куда делись? Ладно, допустим, что дальше. Ага. Давайте-ка я за ним вернусь на всякий случай. А то мало ли. Угу, вот о чем я и говорю. Ну, здравствуй. Зараза! Где остальные? А, лол. Прив. Почему не активируется? все, звездец. Застрял в камне. Их же можно пожрать? Да, нормас. Дается с них, конечно. Ну, так себе, блин! Ну, спасибо. Ну, замечательно. Надо как-то успеть отскочить. Но я не успеваю отскочить. Понятно. Твою мать! Так, там еще есть. О, так, запись же идет, да? Запись идет. Замечательно! Ну, твою мать! Это как минимум свинство. Отвратительные создания. Блин, не только станул. Ну, побежали. А где дебил и придурок? О, они еще и призрачные по большей части. Надо вон того крайнего загасить. А, вот вы где. Уже куда лучше. В принципе, так как мне торопиться особо некуда, я мог бы просто записать сегодня оставшиеся серии и забить болт. Тоже вариант. Почему бы нет? То, что я знаю окрестности лучше вас, не означает, что я знаю, куда нам идти. А вот у этой глаза как раз прекрасные, да. Лут мне, в принципе, больше не нужен. Капец, он там еще так стоял, попил. И только потом решил вступить в бой. Юсон вроде жарит много, но что-то как-то дамаг не впечатляет. Ах ты ж, блинский. Хотя не, нормально так наносит. Но выглядит все-таки куда эпичнее, чем есть на самом деле. Ну-ка, слушай-ка, иди-ка ты нахрен, мужик. А я, кстати, сдохну не так сильно, как мог бы. Но я сдохну. У меня вроде как есть доступ. Жмись! Да твою мать. Если бы оно прожималось раньше, я бы его мог пробить как раз, когда у него нет щита. Ну и что ты делаешь? Побежал. Да блин. Ух. Оп. Это мы впитываем просто по КД. Мужики, помощь нужна. Блин, пустите к трупу. А, блин, он живой. Попал. Нормас. Ну и чё? Каков дальнейший план? Ну чё, дядь, чё стоишь? Пошли. Ты никуда не торопишься, я смотрю? Блин, да двигайся ты уже. Ты куда его толкаешь? В другую сторону толкай.
This is the place. Sharim.
Yes, take cover.
Impressive. Huh?
Ох ты ж, блин. Вот это вставило.
Hey, you all right? You look pale for some reason. It was the echo, wasn't it? Stronger?
That might be because we're getting closer to where the last cleansing is. If we just follow the visions, they might lead us directly to the temple, and thus to their version of the beacon.
Damn it. Lost ones. What is it with their eyes?
О, лол. Эти прям хилые какие-то. Блин, я подхватил какой-то спидорак опять.
What a waste of time.
На город-то, конечно, пока вообще не тянет. Ох ты ж, блин.
What a waste of time.
Мгм. Понял, принял. Не, мы им нормально дамажим. И что ж нас ждет в этом городе? Лесочек. Даже так.
He has betrayed us! Jakal opened the gates and now they're killing everyone!
Temple! Retreat to the
You
temple!
had a choice, and you've chosen ignorance. Now pay the price.
Ну и где он? Мне что, типа наверх вниз скакать теперь?
What did you see? What?
Чё замер-то? Скрипт не сработал, что ли?
What did you see? What?
Ну ладно. Хорошая реакция. Что дальше делать? Просто вперед идти. Ладно. Будет, конечно, прикольно, не прикольно ни хрена, если игра залагает намертво прямо, блин, под конец. Я бы следовал за мной, если бы он хотя бы пытался идти впереди. Ой, я бы следовал за ним, если бы он хотя бы пытался идти впереди. Ой, привет. Красиво на самом деле. Прям шикарно сдекорировано.
What is this? Some kind of messed up puppet theater? How can these corpses still be here after all this time? They should have decayed long ago.
Good question. It looks like magic to me. Look at how gray their skin is. Like ashes.
I see. The cleansing did this then, right? This must have been the final moments before the island was devoured.
I fear you're right. They must have tried to get into the temple, into safety. In vain. This is tragic.
Yes, very tragic. Are you done?
Of course.
Impressive.
I suppose we have company.
You are impressive, you know that? Everything around you is falling apart, yet you refuse to give up. Tell us, Arachnia, what makes you keep going?
Are you trying to manipulate me? If so, save your breath and fight instead.
Oh, my, so great. How nice it would be if everything could just be killed, wouldn't it? Even the past. Tell us, do your companions know the truth about you? All of it?
Let's go. This is pointless.
Pointless. You wound us. All we want is to help them understand. Just look at them. How clueless they are.
Are you deaf? Shut up. Your games don't work on me.
You'll take that as a no.
But there has to be a way.
Not here in Inodan, too. We could hide the pregnancy, but a living child? Oh, a lightborn and a mortal. It's blasphemy. As ridiculous as that may sound coming from my mouth. You could flee with him, you know. Take him somewhere where no one will find you.
What? Erlander, that... No. They would recognize us for who we are.
Not if we took precautions. But even if they did, no one would dare oppose a Lightborn. No one. Teolo, please, don't let him grow up without a father. He will be special, I can feel it, and he will need you.
What is this? But... No, I can't. The Council, Erlander. You know what they said about me. They want to do it.
You mean the exaltation? I can't believe you just said that. This is about a child, Teolo. Our child.
Yes, our child. Why don't you tell me another 1,000 times?
Ugh.
Stop
You sure you
this!
know how to control this thing?
And you should know that better than anyone else. You know how hard I've worked to get here, Erlander. And now you want me to give it all up? For this thing?
Teolo, how? I just don't know what to say. being a seraph. It's a title by the name of the sun. A title. How can that possibly be more important to you than... Oh, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it.
Of course you can't. You've never known what it means to have to fight for something. We will give him away to one of your servants. It is better that way, for him and for us.
What would have happened if you had been there for your son, I wonder? Would he have ever started to blame the gods for this deep hatred lurking inside him? You made your son into what he became, and all because a promotion was more important to you than your own flesh and blood. And that is why you will fail here, don't you see? Because failing is what you do. As a soldier, as a protector of the gods, and as a father. You are a butcher, a loser, not the glorious savior you want people to remember you as. Admit it already.
By the way, that's a lot of them. Now would be a good time to fill us in.
Ох ты ж, блин. Я могу тебе просто пробежать? Нет, видимо, придется сажаться с ними всеми. Они капец жирные. Что бы могло мне помочь? Ах ты ж твою мать! Я физически не могу их всех победить. Мне кажется, задумано, что мы просто здесь пробежим. Что мне прикажете делать с этим говнищем? Их тут типа слишком до хрена. Посмотрите на это непотребство. Там как бы написано пробиться к воротам, но я хз, как с этим пробиваться к воротам. Он как он меня видит? О! Лол. Как это понимать? Че, все сдохли? Не то чтобы я был не рад, но... Че, все сдохли? Может, остальные сейчас тоже помрут? Было бы очень удобно. Так, Юсон, давай. Братан, я в тебя верю. А, он сзади стоял все это время, я думал, спереди. Ко мне идут, да? О. Бай. От здоровой хрени, кстати, труп остался. Если я сделаю вот так. Говно. Да твою мать! Дайте мне всосать его душу. Я сейчас сзади подойду. Их там, конечно, все еще двое. Мне все еще есть возможность хреначить скрытая атака, а этот чел походу засудил. Как показали турниры Шедди, драконьи жрецы, а эти товарищи имеют именно что паттерн движения драконьих жрецов, очень любят тупить.
It's locked. What do we do?
We will break it open. Do you see the ballista up there? Dalvarig, you... Wait. Do you feel that?
A wise hermit, I have a bad feeling about this.
What? The sun. Wait, he's moving.
Yes. Yes, that is good. Stay with us. You were hit by a piece of debris, but we are safe, at least for the moment. His attack brought down the entire facade, but it also cut him off from us. He will not be able to get inside here. The building came down on top of him. There was nothing we could do. But you survived. That is what matters for now. Yes, and we will. But to do that, we need to find another way out of this place. So, no matter what else we do, we first have to go deeper into the temple. We finish this. That arrogant display of the High Ones was a bluff. They are afraid of us, and this puppet show out there was their last trump card. But they have failed. We're here, and we are close. All that matters now is that we summon the High One and take the Numinos from him. Then it is over. Thank the gods your injuries are only superficial. Just try to keep up.
А, у меня ж хп нету. Блин, я думал, успею. Брах. Ну-ка. Да блин.
Interesting. That must be. We are so close to where the last cleansing happened that not only the Prophet sees it, but we do as well.
А, это просто баг. Ладно. А куда я пришел, блин? А, вижу. Если видишь крысу, значит там еще нет.
The beacon is all that matters. Understood? They must not harm it.
How similar they are. Sharim, do you have the word of the dead with you?
Yes.
Нет, забыл.
Good. Then place it in front of the beacon and prepare yourself. Prophet, it is now up to you. Somehow you must recall the moment when the last cleansing happened. If Yayla's theory is right, this is the only way to get our hands on something close to a physical form of a High One. No, but maybe you can somehow lure it. According to all that you have told me so far, the Echo seems to react to things or situations connected to the cycle. Take a look around and see if you can find something. All right.
He has betrayed us! Jakal opened the gates and now they're killing everyone!
The core of this sickness is in people's heads. It is a way of thinking. But you will never understand that, High Priest, will you?
It was almost as if the beacon longed for the stones. They are the key. I feel it. They are similar to magic, or the power responsible for the tides. They are pure energy.
Так, последняя хреновина. Где бы она могла находиться? По-моему, где-то должен быть третий камень. Я только два нашел. Только я не помню где. Оно ведь в этой комнате, да? Оно должно быть в этой комнате. Что же я упускаю? Камень.
The beacon was created to banish the High Ones from existence, but to do that, we need something from them. Страшно, очень страшно, мы не знаем, что происходит. Если бы мы знали, что происходит, мы не знаем, что происходит.
By the name of the sun. Is that...
A high one. We have made it. How are you feeling, Prophet? Luring the echo like that, it must have strained you. It does, indeed. We are in the consciousness of a past civilization. Do you see that up there? Yaela was right after all. This is our Numenars, the essence of a High One.
Так, как туда запрыгнуть? Очевидно, не так. Может, вы знаете как? Подсадите хотя бы, я хз.
Unbelievable. I have done it. In spite of everything. We are in his thoughts. What could you do against that? Time does not exist here. At least not as we know it. We will see about that. Maybe that question will answer itself. Sharon, do it. Carry the container to the Essence.
As you command, Erenviel.
What is it? What are you waiting for?
Tell me, Erenviel. Back in the ruins, when the High Ones showed you that memory, it was the first time I saw you express real agitation. Not anger, but agitation. What you did to your son, do you regret it, I wonder? That you abandoned him in exchange for prestige and power?
What?
I don't think you do. What got to you was being reminded of your own failure. Regret. You don't know that feeling. You never have. Not even after Kira.
Sharon, what are you?
I hired the mercenaries with Khalid. I helped him
Твою
kill the
мать.
Shadows. And I let the Neramis into the city. And still, you don't have the slightest idea who I am, do you?
Why, you were there. The night of 1,000 fires.
Yes.
Подожди.
Survived your massacre.
Then you did not follow my son because you shared his ideals. You did it to get to me. What for, Yuzna?
Justice. I'm done with this world, Erenviel. I have been for a long time now. The only reason why I'm still here is a promise I made to someone. The promise that one day, I will be the one who takes everything from you.
Yuzna, this is madness. Whatever you are planning to do, it will affect the whole world, not just me. If you want my death, why not just wait, damn it? Once we have lit the beacon, Korek will kill me. That way, all those innocent lives will be.
Shut up! You take me for such a fool? As if there's anything in this world you would want more than to die a martyr! Tealor Erenviel, conqueror of the High Ones, savior of mankind. You like the sound of that, don't you? You like it so much. You know, at first, I was so frustrated with all the setbacks. When the Prophet saved Lishari's research in Aldrashengrad, and when Quarek's first attack on the city didn't succeed. But then I realized that all of this would be so much more gratifying than anything else I could do to you. Your final attempt, and so close to your target, only to fail by my hand. You asked me once what my daughter's name was. Do you remember?
Yuzna, I beg you, please.
Lena. Her name was Lena.
No. That's impossible.
Еще -1.
You fool. Miserable, selfish fool!
О, это я помню.
You killed us all!
Impressive, Erenviel. You really were close. A shame that you were too preoccupied with yourself to see it coming.
Beasts!
You damn beast! He was possessed! Possessed from the start!
Oh no, Aranthio. I'm afraid that is only half true. We reap, but you sowed. Of course we possessed him, but you did all the heavy lifting back in Kira, when you gave the order to massacre everyone dear to him, including his wife and his poor, poor daughter. And so, it is a happy ending after all, isn't it? Without the Numinos, you have nothing to use the beacon's power on. And the only thing it is good for now is the destruction of your own beloved city. It will be a feast, and there will be nothing left of you once we've devoured you. Nothing but cold, gray flesh. It is just as we said. You have failed as you always have done. What is it, Aranthio? Lost your tongue?
No. No. I have not. Not at all. You have just presented me with a solution.
Are you deaf? There is no solution. The cleansing will happen, and you will all die.
Yes. Yes, we will. Your Messiah, the citizens of the city, the armies, we will all burn like the sun. And then, it will be over.
You're fantasizing, Aranthio. Without...
Not this time. Here we must go our separate ways. Believe me, I wish it were otherwise. But in your condition, you would just be a burden. And I cannot afford any risks. I'm sorry. The High Ones are right. We cannot use the beacon to banish them anymore. But do you remember what the Archmagister said? Without the Numinos, the beacon's energy would burst out without direction. Cause a massive explosion, yes. And that is the only thing we can do for mankind now. Koarek was and is essential to the High One's plan. Whatever shape the actual cleansing takes, he wants to make sure it will happen. And we, Prophet, we may have failed in breaking the cycle for ourselves, but not for the others. The other people of this world, Arazial, Kira, Kile, they're affected by the cycle as much as Enderal. And I know that there must be people like us, people who have had the same dreams and feel what is about to happen. And if we kill Koarek and his armies, we buy these people time. Time to gather knowledge, time to build a new beacon, and time to light it themselves. Those whom the Nerimes have not yet massacred anyway, you mean? They will die, as you and I will. But they will do so for mankind's salvation. And this is something worth dying for. It is the only way, don't you see? Either we die here, rotting with the Pyreans, or we choose to give our death meaning by at least stopping this fanatic Koarek and his armies. The High Ones are a lot weaker than they pretend to be. I feel it. We were so close to destroying them. And I have faith in the others out there who will fight them. They will succeed where this scum Sharim made us fail. So, a shepherd cannot decide the fate of his sheep. What is this really about, Prophet? Your life? Now is not the time for arrogance and selfishness. All of this is about more than just us. That you fail to see this disappoints me, Prophet. I thought better of you than that. But it does not matter anymore. I've made my choice. I'm sorry.
Боже, мудила.